All right, one more name for you. So then, after Glenn's the inspiration, Daniel's the competitor, and then you've got the new kid on the block, Grant Hackett. What was your relationship like with him?
The most challenged of all of the guys I raced with, and it was that, again, the layers, right? As you well know, because I know that Hackie's talked about it. He and his older brother, his older brother and I are the same age, and so we raced each other as little kids. And again, context for me of actually, I don't really know who I'm racing against that well. I mean, you know each other, but yeah. I never went at home. I never went home at night ruminating or thinking about somebody else. I was always too engrossed in my performance and what I was going to do better or next. But so Craig and I raced against each other for many years, and the one thing that was really clear is that we were very different people and didn't like each other very much, just from a personality perspective. And I don't know that would have ever changed in an environment. We're just different folk, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then all of a sudden, when I'm sort of, at that kind of zenith point in my career, right, I've managed to, defend my title in Atlanta and was coming out the other side to this opportunity to swim at the home Olympics. All of a sudden, this kid rocks up that absolutely is on the rise. Like he's clearly talented, strong, improving. And somebody that initially, actually, I kind of was comfortable helping. I remember watching the first few races that he did, and he had this real issue where he was losing focus in the middle of a 1500, and he'd drop off in the middle 500 and bounce back again. And I do remember saying to him one day, mate, if you want to break 15 minutes, stop losing focus in the middle 500. You've got to keep your head in the game and keep your focus in that 500. First 500 is easy because it's all, we're in the race, we're excited. Last 500 is easy because it's, oh my God, we're going to the finish, I want to win. The middle bit, pay attention and keep focused. I think the next race he did, he broke 15 minutes and never stopped from there.
Should have just shut up, mate, right there.
The thing is, in it, what became really fascinating is that the media built this rivalry up, and then there was all this commentary and kind of this outside story. Like, I don't think Grant and I ever directly had a hard word to say each other.
No,
I don't remember ever having a go at him directly or having a hard, or vice versa.
No.
But there was always this commentary in the media and the headlines and the stories, and you try to ignore it and just let it go because it's all just rubbish. But it did create this angst in this thing, and I think again, because of the relationship that I'd had with Craig, it kind of reinforced, and there was this background. So it was really hard with Grant. We just did not. I don't think we probably spent enough time trying to get to know each other until way after. And so as competitors, it was hard. But the thing that I guess was ironic for me, and it's hard to show, you definitely don't show it when you're in it, but honestly, honestly, when I got out of the water in Sydney, I was relieved and happy at how I'd performed. Of course I wanted to win, but I came back, 28-year-old father of two, who it took me 3 years to get back to that level. I won the silver medal. I swam faster than I did in Atlanta, and I got beaten by a better guy on the day. And he was an Aussie. And there was this moment where I think I got out of the water and I thought, I've done my best today. I couldn't have done any better. I'm really happy and proud with that. And I'm relieved because I'm out, I'm retiring, I'm done, never going near the pool again. And I felt like I'd passed it on to this guy who was going to keep the legacy for us continuing, right? Because as you know, super professional trainer, he worked hard, he focused on what he needed to do, and he was a hard racer as well. And so there was kind of this moment of also relief that the baton had been passed on to another Aussie, and that was going to continue on. And I think you can only get to that point with time and age, right? Like, you know, if he'd come along and beaten me in Barcelona or Atlanta, I probably wouldn't have felt the same way. But, you know, third Olympics, 28 years of age, 2 kids, life in front of you that you're thinking about, it just brings a different perspective, even to little things like, you know, Sydney was the only race ever, in any context, Sydney was the only race that I ever competed in that in the final, when I walked out behind the blocks, I actually looked at the crowd and absorbed it. Like I'd never done that before in my life, you know, because I was here in the race. I'm focused on what I'm doing. The people around me, the noise, all the rest of it, who cares? But it was my last Olympics. It was Olympics at home. It was a pool that for 7 days before that we had been doing I'd been watching everybody else doing these amazing things and hearing the noise, and like it was just something that only with that age and experience could I truly appreciate, and that was again part of that whole experience. I think what's probably happened since then, you know, and again, because Grant and I, we're different human beings. You know, the some of the challenge that he's had post his swimming career, like you've wanted to sort of go and find him and grab him and say, mate, let's sit down and have a conversation here, because what you are doing is not good enough, and we need to, like, I need to help you. I have to help you in this environment. But unfortunately, you know, that's not there. That mechanism and that relationship wasn't there, and so that was really challenging as well. And I think now, you know, like we run into each other at these events and things. We live literally across the park from each other in Melbourne, and you know, there is an understanding and a connection there that I don't think I have with anyone else that I ever swam with. You know, and it's odd, you know, because of the journey of our relationship, but there is just an understanding and a commonality that I think will transcend it all over time.